Hello, welcome. And in this video, I want to talk about some examples that are already in use. Right? Hopefully, you have an idea how it, from a technical perspective, works and what is possible, or you saw a live demo or the live demo video. Yes, but to give some more ideas, I want to go through this list, which are examples that are already used from different customers in the field. So it's hard to boil it down because, yes, for example, the word shop systems kind of could be anything. But to elaborate on this, we use the Zync to be the complete interface to a multi-shop system, which is Magento. So it not only just, exports stock and imports orders and gives back feedback. Of course it does this, but there is so much more possible. For example, if you need fast changes, there are manual workflows to in a synchronous way and instant send stock or a price if you had an error in. And then there is creating invoices for the customers or changing payments, right? Because if the shop does your payment providers, there's a problem if you change them in your Odoo, and then the captcha is not the same, right? So you need deep integration to update the prices, recapture the information, or cancel orders, show the customer the status of the order or an invoice in the backend. So you not only send the answer when it's done, but maybe also the movement in your warehouse. And even more is possible. Even within products, you can have that you have different type of products, configurables, bundles. You want to build sellable sets. You want a recommendation engine, which are typically quite expensive for some shop systems. But there are also easy or cheaper solutions. One example here would be that the product pictures get imported to Odoo. They get sent to a third-party service. It does a similarity search, which gives you products that kind of are the same and therefore should be either cheaper or more expensive and give your customer a very good experience, right? Because recommendation engines tend to also do errors if they learn something wrong. If someone buys something that does not fit and then it gets already input in the recommendation engine, or it happens like a few times, then it will also be recommended to other customers and they will do the same mistake. So yes, there are reasons to have multiple services or specialized services for your needs and better marketing tools. And this is still not everything. The interface is quite big, but maybe to move to some other examples. The Odoo to Odoo has also multiple use cases. Maybe you're in a company group and you have totally different needs, right? Even if you're in one group, you're different departments, different sales. One is more selling services, the other is products, so your workflows can be different. If you want different code states so that you don't need to compromise on every feature you want to improve for yourself, or one wants to stay standard and someone else needs to customize a lot, this is possible. If you have just two Odoos, then change one for your perfect needs and sync everything you need to sync to the other systems, right? It can be the same users. It can be the employers. You can sync only for accounting. There's multiple ways. It depends on how you work together. Marketplaces. You can have built multiple interfaces to different marketplaces or buy specialized apps. In our experience, this works a lot of times, but sometimes your products are somewhat special and bought modules will not do the job. You need a little bit of customization in your interface, and then either you build it yourself, which will be very time consuming and expensive, or you already have a system like the Zync where you just add a new pipeline and change some fields, yes, and build the interface yourself. And then you use the same framework for different marketplaces. So if there's a change, you just need, it kind of depends how you configured it. Maybe you just need to change one thing and it will be fixed for all marketplaces. But even if you fix it like 5 times because you have 5 marketplaces, it's easy because it's like edit, change, save, and it's done, and it's not a deployment. And there are more examples. We got the complete AD sync to the Azure cloud, so there will be a JSON you can import, and then you can use this to have all your users, in the Microsoft system, and it will be configured like this. So you can have groups there, and it will reflect the rights your users have in your system. And if you deactivate it in one space, it will be deactivated everywhere, right? So the normal thing would be just an LDAP normal sync, which is quite clunky, but we have a complete integration at the click of a button because it's fairly standard, so we can have it as a pre-made connection for you. Then we got use cases where Odoo is the backend for other systems. So the Zync makes it possible to create your own RESTful API, because if you have microservices and you just need special calls set up, it will be a lot of development, or you need to see where the XML RPC has its limits or quirks. But if you build your own RESTful API, it's very easy, right? You can just specialize it for the things you want and get the data you want and have the monitoring and everything in your system. And what is very important, it's your ERP. So you want the best possible performance to not block your system or create deadlock. So it would be nice if they all are can be handled on queue jobs and will be stacked afterwards, so they will not block each other out, right? And this is all integrated in the Zync. You can do migrations. The typical way is that you have developers that will just write scripts, which is a very good way and also a fast way, but also a very invisible way where your key users have a hard time to get integrated. But if you do your migrations with the Zync, you see all your tries in different instances, or you can do it that you can repeat it again and again and fix problems. And it's so easy. If you saw the live demo, it's so easy to just press a button that it will be migrated again, so that if you're in errors, maybe your key users are the one changing it, because as at the point where the pipeline or the interface is built, changing it is even more easier. So you can give it to any users, and you can also save your pipeline beforehand, right? Even if you have users that maybe you don't trust because they break something because they really have no IT knowledge at all, you can just save it, and if they do it wrong, you try again. And yes, it's very visible process, which is not like feedback loops between key users and developers, but it's just one preparation, and then it's in the front end, and then the key users do your migrations for you. You have small stuff like customer reviews, where maybe you want just to have a lot of information available on your products or on your orders for your customer service, right? This would be the example we had right here, that we imported reviews, so that if a customer service agent talks to a customer, they have the same knowledge as someone in your web shop has, right? It's not untypical. You either need to switch the system and they need to browse multiple sites to have the same knowledge your customers already have, maybe, or you show them on the product. So if someone calls, Maybe you have the integration that from the telephone number in Odoo, you already open the customer and you know which products you're talking about. And if he calls for a problem, maybe you see in the review that's a typical problem because it's like the fifth review that it is scratched somewhere, right? And then you can do better service for them and tell them maybe to switch the product and not just get the next one, which maybe will be scratched again. And yes, supplier information is the big one, because you can exchange a lot of data with your suppliers. You can import master data, export orders, import invoices or order acknowledgements, import pricing and stock, so that for drop shipment services you have the precise stock of your suppliers. And it kind of depends on your business, but in some businesses every supplier is not standardized, but they do all their own stuff, have different systems, send you an CSV file, an Excel list, an XML, and then the date formats are different all the time, right? So in one example, we had like 40 different connections because every supplier was different. You have data artifact that maybe you want to move your PDFs and invoices to a digital system that is certified. It's very easy. It's like a few minutes work to just move some PDFs with the Zync. Yes, there are a lot of examples. So the list, we are not even half through. And for the half I told you, we don't even get into all the examples we had. So hopefully I could show you that really a lot is possible. If you see the link on the bottom left, there is a lot of examples where you can have a deeper look, and there's in text format you can just read through and see if something fits some of your use cases or gives you ideas where you maybe want to have integrations or interfaces. And in the top right, the link would be if questions arise, just scan the QR code or use the link below and give us a small message and we will answer all your questions. Thank you.